5 misconceptions people have about cash home buyers in Tampa, Florida. In this video, we are going to talk about the 5 misconceptions people have about cash house buyers in Tampa, Florida. Are they ethical? Not all house buyers are ethical, but not all house buyers are unethical. Just make sure you know who you are dealing with and you should be fine. You have heard some stories on the internet, or maybe you have known of someone with a bad experience. But unfortunately, those stories do exist, and it's important to protect yourself as a homeowner. That is why we invite you to research us or other companies you are dealing with. Do they have reviews on sites like Facebook and Google? When you call them, do they actually pick up the phone? Our motivation at Tampa Cash House Buyer is to listen to your situation individually and come up with the right game plan for working with us. Sometimes that is telling you that we simply aren't your best option. Other times we will be able to actually buy your house and make the process simple and easy for you. Cleaning and repair? Unless your home is brand new, generally it will need some sort of common house repairs in order to list it out on the open market with a realtor. Chipping paint, water heater, furnace, roof, leaking faucets, you get the idea. Generally, you would be required to do those repairs and pay out of pocket at some point before the sale takes place. It is generally done in the inspection period or the appraisal period. But when you sell to cash home buyers, you do not have to clear or repair anything. First of all, they would be able to come in and give you an all-cash offer. Whatever the condition of the house was the day the offer is made is the way the house would expect to look the day it was actually purchased. This can really be a benefit to house sellers who want a fast house sale. Closing date: the day you get your money. When it comes to the closing date, this is always something that is a little confusing for people who sell or buy houses. The closing is usually scheduled out for 30 to 45 days if the buyer is getting a loan. But there are a lot of things that can come up that delay the sale. Mostly when it comes to appraisers. Especially right now where we are in 2020, some appraisals are taking way longer than normal. So it's entirely possible that when you schedule a closing date, due to unforeseen circumstances, the closing could be delayed. So you could be planning on moving Monday, but then you don't actually move until the following Monday or Tuesday. When you sell your house to a house buying company, that is one of the most convenient aspects to the sale if you sell to cash home buyers. They can be very flexible when it comes to the sale of the property. Closing costs and fees. When you sell a house with a realtor, the price that you sold for isn't even close to the price you actually get. You have to factor in realtor commissions, closing costs, lender fees, buyer-lender fees, and other fees. When you sell your house to a cash house buying company, the price we offer you is pretty close to the price you actually get. The only difference is the proration of taxes. People should really take the time to discover the actual amounts they are paying when you list your house with a real estate agent. Right off the bat, the buyer's agent and the seller's agent get a total of 3% each. So right off the bat, 6% of the sales price goes to them to split evenly. Then you must factor in closing costs. That can usually add another 1 to 2% of the sales price, depending on how the offer is presented. Sometimes buyers cover closing costs, sometimes they ask the seller to cover, sometimes they split. Greedy house buyers. To be completely honest, there are some bad house buyers out there. They are out for nothing more than to make the most money they can, regardless of the relationships that they tarnish and reputation in the community. With the rise of people looking at online reviews before you contact a company, you can usually sniff out the bad ones. We here at Tampa Cash House Buyer want to be able to understand your situation and see if we are able to help you. Whether that is advising you that going with a realtor is probably your best bet, or we give you an offer and end up buying your house. We want to be able to help you so much and have you be so happy that you give us a 5-star review. You have a house to sell here in Tampa, Florida. Feel free to message us here.